Okay, sorry. Okay. Hi, I'm Zaina.
And I'm Summer, and welcome to
Morning Matcha. Okay, so today's video is sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts.
No one.
Right, sponsor us. Because we're here
Please.
for it. You know what's so funny? First of all, this video is going to be much needed after you see the first one that's being posted on Monday.
Yes.
Because we filmed that. Was that before my surgery?
For sure.
Okay, yeah. And I had surgery January 28th. Yeah. So, we're talking about dating apps again, just like...
Still.
Because you'll want to know these things.
Right.
This was before a lot of things.
Yeah, life happens. And you know what? Life is happening right now. Too. So much so that everyone is feeling the pain of not leaving their house for 2 weeks in a day.
Right.
So, yeah, COVID-19.
That was me. Cheers, sir. But the good news is, Dunkin' Donuts got matcha like 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah, almost a month.
Which is a game changer because my family is like Dunkin' Donuts fanatics. I was going to say matcha. And I like Dunkin' Donuts, but coffee makes me nauseous. I don't know. Somebody tell me below what.
Some people can't handle it.
So I've been doing like matchas if I'm getting caffeine. We're snoring.
He does this every time.
Anyways, Dunkin' Donuts has matcha. I learned that it's sweetened already, so thanks for scamming me. But I get it with almond milk. So good.
Yes.
And they have a frozen one and a latte.
Yeah. So they have all your options on there. But yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
It tastes really great.
Way to go, Dunkin' Donuts.
Cheers to you.
Cheers, sponsor us. Okay, cheers. Okay, I hated that. Anyways, so I'm gonna let Summer just start us
I'm gonna
off.
take this. Yep. Okay. So guys, and ladies, everybody, everyone out there, just me. I got Facebook dating.
Okay, tell us about Facebook dating.
Yeah, which is interesting because it was during the time of me having Bumble and something happened and things went awry and I was like, I'm just putting myself on everything and I'm giving it a month. That's it. And then after a month, I'm kind of done. I was ready to delete all my apps, but not for a reason of a good thing, just to be okay.
Was this February?
Peace out. Yes, so this was it was probably closer to your surgery time, because I was going on a ton of dates at the time.
Ton of dates?
I don't know why. I don't know what was wrong. Anyways. It was just what was happening. And so I got Facebook dating because Facebook was annoying me about doing it, and I was like, fine, I might as well just try it, I guess. So I got on, and you get to make your whole profile, basically. It's not technically attached to your Facebook, so people can't go from your profile to your actual Facebook profile, but you get to make it however short, long, all the information, all the questions, all the pictures. It's really customizable, and and they do a great job of kind of letting you take the reins on that, which is really interesting because most of them have been picture whatever prompt they give you, you answer, and they put it in its order, or whatever pictures you've loaded first is your first ones, and then you rearrange from there. So Facebook does a little different. Oh, sorry, it's fine. Facebook does it a little different where you can make it your own. So I did that, and I kind of just went off of people that liked me instead of liking people, because that was felt tedious, and went from there. And about, I guess, a few weeks later, I went on a date with this guy named Micah, and yeah, so now we're dating, and it's been about, he's my boyfriend, to clarify, and it's been about
guys.
3 weeks, or going on 3 weeks, this coming Monday. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty great. I met him on there. It was really cool because, like, I liked his profile, I liked what he had to say, and then I saw
I did
that.
too.
Yeah, I sent it to Zaina, and I was like, I thought this guy knows 2 people that we really love and care about.
And he likes Chris Stapleton.
That stood out to her. Tennessee whiskey. But yeah, so it stood out to me that, like, he knew 2 people that I really care about that went to our church, or goes to our church, technically, because, you know, we're all doing online church right now. But yeah, so they go to our church and they're great people and I love them. So I was like, oh, he must be a great person, you know, just if I'm going by that. And yeah, he really is great. And the people that I know him super well. Like, our mutual friends know him super well, and that was really cool that Facebook would show you who you have mutual friends with. So if, like, there's someone that you're like, oh, what? Who's that? You could message your friend and be like, hey, do you know this person? Or, like, if you see them if you see them, like, in person, if you see them in person, you can ask them about whoever it was. So there was times where I was, like, swiping through people and, like, sending screenshots to Zaina, or, like, people that I knew that, like, had mutual friends with them, and I was like, oh, how is this person? Do you know this person? And they'd give me a little summary about how they feel about them, and it was very helpful on my decisions to swipe or not swipe. So
I think that
great.
would be, like, a benefit of Facebook dating, because I know, I was talking to my cousin, she was like, I saw people that, like, I know on there, which I feel like better that, or better, like, somebody else knowing them, or there being, like, a mutual friend, so you can be like, hey, what's this person like? What's their character like?
Yeah, like,
so
do you like them?
Right.
Are you guys actually
going
close?
On a date with a random, which is fine. I feel like that's what you have to do with dating apps, but I think it's, like, a plus if you're connected somehow.
Yeah, so, like, basically, I think Micah, on our second date, like, things were going really well, and I just had, like, a couple of questions, and I was able to go to the people that we had mutual friends with and be like, hey, do you know Micah? And they're like, oh, who? And I told them his last name, and they're like, oh my gosh, like, he's great, like, why are you asking? And I'm like, oh, we went on a couple of dates, and he's like, no way, that's so cool, I love that. And we went from there, and, like, anything that I was kind of like, hey, question about this, and he was, like, able to answer well, and, like, be like, oh, yeah, I know him very well, we both went to college together, like, we've moved to Georgia together, like, all these things, and I was like, oh, perfect, this is great to know that, like, you actually had community with him, and he answered my questions well. So it was super helpful in my yes to dating Micah and being his girlfriend. So
tell us.
Yes.
The tea.
Wait, what?
Tell us the tea.
That's it. That's all the lot.
So y'all met on a Wednesday?
Tuesday. Yes.
And then hung out again
the next day.
Yeah.
So he works in film, and he was home from a project that he was doing for only 3 days. So basically we met Tuesday, and it went really well, and I was like, oh, this guy was great, this was really fun, like, this is, like, the best date I've been on anything in general. And so it was really nice to have that experience with him. And basically I messaged him back and was like, I had such a great time, are you busy tomorrow? Which I took him to like one of my favorite restaurants, and we ate, then we hung out in that area. All of our dates were like at least 4 hours. So Wednesday we met again for the second time. That Sunday I talked to his friend, our mutual friend, and then I think he came back that Thursday or Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday, and we went bowling, and that was fun. Wednesday,
I thought y'all started dating on a Monday.
we did start dating on a Monday. We went on like 5 dates before.
And he's like so great and like buys all her food and like.
Oh yeah, so kind, such a gentleman. Always opened my door for me.
Take notes.
Always.
First of all, take notes because some of y'all need notes.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't grow. My dad wasn't like, my dad wasn't around like for me when we were growing up, or my siblings, and so I didn't have people like opening my doors all the time and things like that. So it was very different, but I loved it, and I don't find it weird. Like, yeah, I know how to open and close the door myself. Like, I have arms and I'm a capable human. But it was
that southern charm,
yeah.
Sweet. I mean, if I was in California, I'd want the same thing. But
right. It's just kind and nice to have someone kind of like take care of things that like you're not thinking of. You're like, oh, like, I mean, yeah, I know I have to open my door, but like before I could even get to do that, you've already opened it for me, and I'm just like, oh, I just gotta get in, cool, and they'll shut it for me, or like, yeah, no, he shut it for me, which makes sense. Just do that. I'm just gonna say, if you're gonna open a door, just shut the door for the person, let them get in, close it for them.
Yeah.
Because it just leaves this awkward thing if you just leave the door open and, well, you just walk away. I thought it was kind to have a door open for me, and he still opens my doors. He's just really sweet, and
we're not giving you his last name so you can't stalk him.
right, because no. And we're not friends on Facebook. Just kidding.
Too far.
So, yeah, he's very kind, and I like him, and I'm glad we're dating, and so that's a huge update for me.
Yeah, massive update.
Yeah, I honestly, this is my first boyfriend ever, for real. Not that anyone else is fake, it was just like someone that's actually pursued me to have a dating relationship. This is the first one, so it's a big deal for me. I'm old enough to have one, and yeah.
And what's awesome is like he's super kind and like I don't know, I love that like there was the whole mutual friend thing and like because the people that he knows we both really really love and like appreciate their opinions and but don't be weary if like you don't know someone. There's nothing wrong with like getting to know someone right off the bat.
I had plenty of dates where I was getting to know people, and there's people that I was like, oh, I really liked them as a person and hanging out with them. So I think this was a little different. I was ready to date whoever I felt compatible with, you know, and like not just jump into a relationship, but I was ready. Like it's been a long enough time, and there was plenty of people that I was like, oh, maybe this is a person that, like, Zaina knows. I talked about plenty of people that I was like, at least 3 that I was like, oh, maybe this, and I mean, none of it ended up panning out, which, when you do, like, online dating, a lot of that stuff, like, when you start to question things, like, you can feel the fizzle out, and it gets tiring. I know that Micah was also saying that he was about to delete the apps too, because he was like, I'm over it. I'm over meeting people. This is super draining. And it is. It truly is draining.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that we found each other before we both decided to delete our apps. So that's
So
really
funny.
nice. Yeah.
So, not only did Summer meet someone and is dating someone, so one of our other, like, best friends.
You would see her on Zaina's channel, right? Did y'all post that video?
We did, but I accidentally left some, like, footage I meant to cut, so it's, like, private. I'll go back through it and see. I don't know, but maybe we'll, like, bring her on here.
We
But
want to.
anyways, so, mind you, okay, we filmed that video before. I'm sorry, I just used my surgery as, like, a timestamp, but okay, no. So Chelsea was on Hinge, and then was like, I'm deleting Hinge. Yeah, she's like, I'm not doing this anymore.
She'd met someone great, but their faith was very different, and that's very important to all of us.
Yeah.
And so Chelsea had to decide to let it go, kind of thing, because he was just like, no, like, this is not for me. And she was like, this is me. Sorry, I felt it. I was like,
anyways,
so
yeah. So then she was like, I'm deleting it, and I'm like, well.
I'm like, okay.
And then all I remember is, like, that I woke up with some text messages, just like, Chelsea had gone on a date with this guy. It was amazing. He, like, prayed for her, and, like,
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
You have a dating app?
Right. You're back on a dating app. Were they dating at that point? Not yet. No,
not yet.
But had been on a date, and we're planning another one, and she was just, like, smitten. I was like, what is happening here? So then, like, I feel like the next week they're dating.
Yeah. Like, officially
dating. She met him on Hinge. Did I already say that? I don't know.
No.
Anyways, long story short, this is, like, all
Short
happening.
story
Short story. This is a short story. They're getting married.
Yeah.
Like, married. Not like, we want to get married, I love you, sure. Like, I mean, that's everyone's goal, like, when you're dating someone.
Hopefully.
Anyways, so, yeah, they're getting, like, married, and when I say
exciting.
married, I mean, like, April.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, listen.
Beginning.
Right now, we're in the middle of, like, the coronavirus.
Right.
It'd be so cool if I posted this and we're, like, out and, like, yeah. But, I don't know. But, so it's just, like, weird logistics-wise, because, like, quarantining and all that kind of stuff. It's just not safe to be around a big group of people. So at this point, there won't be, like, a ceremony gathering with people yet.
Right.
But it just goes to show, like, you don't know what's gonna happen or who you're gonna meet on a dating app. And
Truly.
like, I think if you've had any weariness about dating apps, I think you should just go for it. But I only say that if you have discernment and you
have people that can at least help you in your discernment with others.
And also that you would be an open person with everybody in your life, because sometimes people can say things like, hey, don't know about this. This is, or when it comes to Chelsea, like, oh, this is very fast. Like, if you can't take or receive feedback, I'd also question if you're ready to be on a dating app.
Or in a relationship.
Because at the end of the day, the people in your life just want what's best for you. And then you want people to have your best interests. And then, too, when you're meeting somebody new, at the end of the day, you don't know them. Like, it takes time. It's not like it's like a mutual thing like that Summer has. Or maybe you will find somebody on Facebook dating or whatever. I'm just saying.
Or in regular life.
Yeah, like, just be wise, and like, we're not here saying like go buck wild on dating. Like, no, just like,
Yeah.
if you feel like that's where you're supposed to be, if you feel like you're ready for a relationship and you're ready to put in the work, because it's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on dating apps before, and it's like, like, and it feels like very dead end a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Like, matching with matching with someone can sometimes mean nothing, because you don't know, like, are we actually going to get to have a conversation?
Are we going to actually meet in person?
And are we going to actually like each other?
There's
a lot of things to go through.
Yeah.
And this is new. No one in history has ever done the whole dating app thing, because we haven't had that technology. So, like, this is new, and this is not something that anyone really has a hang of. Because you will never have a hang of dating.
People still question it.
Or life. I don't have a hang of it. So
yeah, I mean, Chelsea deleted the app 1 week. The next week had the app. Now is getting married to someone at the end, in the beginning of April or middle-ish. But it's crazy, and like, I'm dating someone, which is crazy for me to say, because I'm like, that's my real life. Am I different? Have I changed? Who am I? But it's a beautiful thing when you're ready for something and you give opportunity to something you maybe never thought you'd try. And like, we're not saying let go of every single thing that you dreamed that you'd meet somebody, but like, our lives are not necessarily romantic comedies, because honestly, if you watch those, they're pretty sad. I'm like, I don't want to be leaving, and then someone's like, you can't leave, I want to marry you, and I like you, and I want to date you, and you can't take that job now. And I'm like, what do you mean I can't take this job now?
That just went really far.
Sorry, that's dating. That's romantic comedies to me. They're literally
I
like,
watch them.
I feel like every time someone's like, I'm gonna go because I have a job opportunity somewhere else, and they're like, I like her, and they're like, go get her, and they're like, stop traffic, stop the plane, stop everything. I like this girl, and I think I want to date her now. And they're like, yes, I'll quit that beautiful job opportunity I had for you. Anyways, unrealistic in my brain.
They're all unrealistic.
So, let's be realistic, and like, life might look like dating apps right now, and
it's not a sit down.
No, and just have people that are there for you. And if you don't have that, just be very aware of who you are, and know your truth, know yourself, and know like your boundaries and what you stand for and what you want, and tell people no, because a lot of people don't hear that enough nowadays.
Is it? It's a no for me.
No for me, dog. I don't know. Do we need to cut that out? Is that like copyrighted? But anyways.
Yeah.
Just keep that in mind.
It's not easy, but it's like, I feel like it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I would just like keep in the back of your mind always, what am I looking for? What type of man do I want to marry, or girl do I want to marry? And let everything else be who that person is, because it's like, you can't have this like unrealistic list of like, he needs to act this way, and just like, yes, have a man who's kind and has good character,
Yes.
all those things, but accept someone for who they are, and like,
I'm not trying to change them because
Right.
they're not that, but accept it because they're like, oh, like, this is just your personality, and that's okay.
yeah. And for me personally, I always knew that I wanted, this sounds super cheesy, but I'm just gonna open up, like,
Yeah.
I always wanted someone who knew Jesus as lover and not just Lord, because I feel like it's so easy for us to claim, oh, I'm a Christian, or whatever, but not know like the kindness of Jesus and like being in love with him. And so for me, that was super important to me to find a man that loves Jesus, not just like, well, this is what we've done for, my family's done for centuries. Like, I don't view Christianity as like tradition. I view it as relationship.
Yeah.
So that was one thing that I was like, oh, this is very important to me. I had no problem like going on dating app dates or whatever, which is so funny because I was like, oh, I'm never gonna meet anyone, or like, we go to this church. I felt like, oh man, I'm not gonna meet someone at church. I would love to meet somebody at church. That's just very convenient for my lifestyle. Like, I just want to meet somebody at church. And
truly,
I had a weekend where I was like, Lord, you know this is the desire of my heart. I want this, but I'm letting it go. What was that?
it was like a hair.
Oh, I'm letting it go into your hands. Even though I was like, here. And then there's this woman that I really like. She's always like, are you dating someone yet? I'm like, no, I'm not. And she was like, in like a year or two, you're going to be married. And I was like, that's funny. And she's like, do you feel like he's from here? Why am I talking about this?
Because you can.
She's like, do you feel like he's from here? And I was like, I don't know. She's like, I feel like he's not from here. Like, whatever. When
and
I
you're
said,
like, what does leaving mean?
Right. I was like, God, I guess he's from like Africa. I'm like, I can't. We have friends that are like engaged to people in different countries.
Which is beautiful.
So beautiful, but I was like, oh God, I don't know if I can do that type of long distance. Anyways, I ended up meeting the guy that I'm dating now at church, literally the same day.
It's wild.
The literal same day all of this is happening, and but what am I saying? Am I saying like, if I would have met him, maybe I'd be on a dating app right now? I don't know.
I mean, we don't know.
You don't know when you're gonna meet.
Honestly, the only reason I was
person
back on dating apps was because Zaina was like, we got you. And I was like, okay, cool. Sounds good to me. Because I wouldn't have done it on my own, I don't think. I probably would just be chilling. It's okay to take time to describe and ask yourself what you're looking for. Like, I feel like if you're getting on a dating app because you're bored and sad and lonely, yikes.
Set your phone on fire.
Don't do that. Don't get on a dating app if that's the purpose. Get on an app because you're like, oh man, like, I really do want a future with somebody. And I think I'm ready for that. And, like, you know what you're looking for. You know that you're looking for someone that believes the same way that you do. You're looking for somebody that is kind or whatnot. Like, give yourself a mini list. It doesn't have to be super descriptive, like soft hands or like or rough man hands or whatever. Like things like that.
Aaron's list.
Oh, and why? No,
my sister has like a list of like
I forgot
over
about
100 things. I'm excited to meet this man.
We all are.
Anyways.
But it's one of those things of like, you can have general things of like, they're kind, they believe the same way that I do. Like Zaina was saying, like that someone that doesn't just know Jesus but loves Jesus. Like that was one of her like big things, because she's like, I know him, but I also have this deep love of like being the bride of Christ. And like if there's a man that identifies with like, you know, like puts his masculinity aside and it's like, I'm the bride of Christ too.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. And like that was something she was desiring. It's huge in a way because it's like one of the biggest things, but it's not something that's like, oh, that counts everyone out. This is like, right. No, this is just a really good descriptive way of like having a broad variety, because we've met other guys that identify like that, of like, oh, like I'm the bride of Christ, like even though like I lay my masculinity aside and like fall into line of like falling under Jesus and under God. And that's okay. And there's people out there like that. It's just one of a descriptive thing that's like she wanted in her relationship. And I think it's a beautiful thing if you're a Christian and you want that in your relationship too, for your wife or your husband or whichever, whatever you're looking for in the future.
Yeah.
So.
And it's weird because I'm like, I don't want to use this term, but like, because I think sometimes we can over spiritualize things, but also like dating with the Holy Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because what's fun about like what I like told the Lord that I wanted, or like just close friends, like, I found that, and it was like this little thing that I didn't have to be like, this is what I'm looking for, like in a profile or something.
Yeah.
It was just like something that I kept in my heart, and
Prayed
then
for.
something that I found in this person that I'm dating.
I should have said this. Like secrets.
I have these like weird things about myself where I'm like, I'm gonna keep this a secret until this,
and you'll
it's
find
not
it
really
out.
A secret. If you dig enough, you'd find.
Yeah, and if you know her and create a relationship, then you'd know.
Yeah.
So good luck for those out there. Just kidding.
But I just feel like there's like, this is like a fun thing, like, oh, I have these deep desires within my heart, and then I'll get to find somebody that, because I don't think, this is the other thing, I don't think God is mean, or I don't think he's like, you're just gonna get what you
don't throw a fish.
What you get, and this is the best I got for you. So no, I think like he cares about the desires of our heart, and like those, when you yield to him, I feel like it makes opportunity for you to find the person that you want to choose to be with. Choice.
You choose.
You choose. Anyways. So, yeah.
Sorry. There's multiple people for different people, and you get to choose the one out of the however many.
Yeah.
And that's the difference, I think. You get to choose the one out of the 5 or 20 that you could have married, and at any time of your life, you know? And you get to keep choosing that person over and over again.
Okay, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Now that like we've kind of finished talking about dating, unless like you guys want more of that, I'm just kidding.
I don't know what else we have to say.
We are gonna start just like with our current events and like what's going on in the world right now. It's Corona,
and we're not gonna talk about it.
But there's Corona, but there's also like this beautiful
opportunity.
Yeah, and like move of God. I feel like this is a time to reset, slow down, and just like experience His presence.
Yeah.
So maybe there will be something new. Like, oh my gosh, this is what I got to do because Corona is over. In Jesus' name. It's fine.
We just
Dwayne.
Yeah. We're grabbing it.
Pull it down.
Just pulling it down.
It's
mine.
It's mine. Anyways.
Got me a car.
Yeah. Anyways, we love you.
Thanks so much.
I'm just kidding. We love you. All of you.
Thank you for watching. Always. Peace, love, and matcha. Just kidding. Cut it out. Cut it. Okay, we're done. So that was our morning matcha.
Wow, that was like
we just went in on like random stuff.
I'm gonna edit 40 minutes of footage.
Like that word.
I just got really hot.
You're wearing a lot of clothes.
You're right.
And there are lights.
That's gonna annoy me.
That was a good toss.
Thanks.
Slid right there.
That's not where it goes. Oh. it.
Okay, guys, there's a lot to talk about.
We're starting now.
Oh,
Should
sure.
we introduce ourselves in the...
Again? Okay, yeah.
I'm
Zaina.
Zaina. I'm
Yeah.
Summer.
Yeah.
And welcome to
Matcha.
Ra-cha-cha. 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 Okay.
Okay. You starting or me?
Okay, I'll start.
He's only in town for 3 days, so you gotta get it in while you can, right? So, anyways,
This is a Christian situation.
get quality time in when you can.
Right.
That's what I mean. Quality time to hang out. So, a lot of, yeah, it had like good times. Sorry, buffer. This is not a Zoom meeting.
Right.
Yeah, so we met the next day, and then that Sunday